Hey there tribe, Melinda here with Kundalini Dan. I wanted to share Humanology with you today. It was probably the best part of my Kundalini teacher training that I really sunk my teeth into, so much so that at the end we all had to present as part of our assessment. We all had to present a different topic in Kundalini Yoga, and I chose Humanology, and the group I was speaking to, we all loved the topic so much that our teacher that was assessing me let me speak for the whole lunch break about this topic, and we spent our whole lunch break talking about it because it's just fascinating. Humanology is pretty much the yogic way of looking at being a human, how you're created inside your mother's womb, how the males receive an acid bath, and that is what makes them more masculine and more left-brained as opposed to women who switch between both sides of the brain, how, you know, there's a lot being nourished and nurtured inside the womb, and then when you come out of the womb, how male babies don't have the moon centers that females do. So male babies have a much more trickier time adapting, because until they've actually exited the mum and the umbilical cord is cut, the babies feel like they're a part of their mother. You're sort of all in one. And when that umbilical cord is cut, poor little boy babies have such a strong feeling of separation because they don't have those moon centers that females do, which allow us to connect more deeply to each other and to things on the planet, have that intuition. And so boy babies, you know, quite often say boy babies are very sooky and girls are much more calm, and then it kind of flips when they're in their teenage years. But that is why, because it's so much harder for them. They feel that separation of I am me and you are you a lot stronger than a little beautiful baby girl will, because she's got those moon centers. So even though you've had that umbilical cord cut, you can actually still connect with each other a lot easier than the boy baby can. So it takes him more time to adjust. And in Humanology, it talks about how when we grow up, we're not the same, that masculine and feminine energy, that there's polarity and there's duality in that energy. So there's a difference between the masculine and feminine energy. And women are meant to be able to adapt. That's what we're all about. We're like the moon. We flow and we can fluctuate. When our man's out of town, our testosterone levels naturally heighten, or women who live on their own, their testosterone levels and their masculine energy will naturally lift to compensate for that male energy not being there. And then when the male energy comes back, sometimes the female and male energy can do a bit of a dance together. So say your husband's gone away for a work trip and he's hanging to come see his woman, but you've had to step up and you've had to be a bit more of a protector in your home because that masculine energy has left, and the nurturer is still there, but you need to counterbalance, and the women have that power. We can add masculine energy into the situation so we can protect our family and look after them. And then when the man comes back, we've got like our boy boots on, and it takes a bit of time for transition. So things like the woman having a nice bath and the man calling ahead to say, you know, I'm coming home soon, baby. So you know you can drop your armor and you can come into your feminine energy. You're going to have a much nicer meeting when your partner walks back in the door. And same with women who live on their own or have really powerful jobs. They naturally need to adapt a more masculine energy to be assertive and to get things done and to be more grounded, where women are like flowy and free. That's not really conducive to productivity, really. So we need that strong energy to come through us. So if you're in a powerful role or live on your own, but you want to go on dates or spend time with males and really come into your feminine energy, just dancing freely and doing things that make you feel quite feminine and connected to yourself is really important and really helpful to bring you back to that balance. Where men don't flow as naturally, they don't flick between masculine and feminine energy. It is said in yogic philosophy that all men have a different level of feminine energy naturally at birth, and it doesn't change. So where a woman will adapt to her environment because we're all about trying to survive, we're not as strong as the masculine energy, so we're always looking at how we can survive and protect ourselves. Men already naturally feel protected and strong, so they're all born with a different level of femininity. And so you'll find males out there that, you know, are amazing dressers and love going to musicals and creative and all those beautiful feminine qualities, which is not girly, by the way, it's just feminine qualities. They might have quite a high level that they were born with, and they'll always maintain that. It doesn't mean they're girly, it doesn't mean they're homosexual, it just means that they have a lot of feminine energy. I know I have an uncle, my Uncle Pete, and we always call him Auntie Pete because he's got a beautiful level of feminine energy about him. He's very caring and concerned. He's got a lot of nurturing qualities to him, which is what feminine qualities are. He loves shopping. He takes his daughter shopping and he picks great things. He's got a real eye for beauty, which is a feminine quality, and not at all is he homosexual or girly or sissy or anything like that. That's his natural feminine levels. And then you have other men who would be very low in their femininity, and they would just naturally have a strong level of masculine energy. So it's really interesting, this topic of humanology, because it explains how we are, and then it creates space for you to be a lot more understanding and compassionate to yourself and also to the opposite sex. So I'd love to explain a little more about humanology over the month. So I'll go into different topics, possibly relationships as we go. And we also talk about it a bit in the collective. So keep your eye on Redhead Wellness collective page, because we'll do yogic relationships a couple of times every year because everyone seems to really love them. If you've got any questions about the yogic way of looking at life, pop them in the comments and I'd love to have this conversation with you, because like I said, it's one of my favorites. And there's a lot of this inside Love, Hate and Your Soulmate, the on-demand course as well. So if you want to go deeper into understanding masculine and feminine, that's a really good way to do it with your partner or by yourself. It really doesn't matter. Hope you're having an amazing day, guys, and I will see you soon. Check ya. Ciao.